Welcome back to Liam's chest.
Yeah, so the secret's out. I got breast implants.
That's why we were away for 2 months.
It is. Yeah, so I guess you want me to talk about that. I mean, it's not even a great story, but one of the reasons it's taken us so long, because we had Wind Waker.
We had our big comeback.
We had a big comeback Wind Waker, and then we just stopped.
Yeah, we died, all of us.
Well, yeah, I mean, I basically did, because I had an internal chest injury. Wow.
How did you do that?
Well...
Doing push-ups? Wrong?
Yes, it was something like doing push-ups or getting into a cool fight or, you know, saving someone from a car accident. No, I really, honestly, I wish I could say that it was any of those things, but it wasn't. Literally, I just had an old man incident, man. I don't know what to tell you. I'm pushing 30. I'm starting to feel it. So literally, I just went down the stairs wrong.
And then did you fall when you were going down the stairs?
Nope.
You just landed wrong.
Yep.
You were just like, oh fuck.
Basically, so yeah, so what happened there are other elements to it. I was a bit energetic, and it was like a 40-degree day. But I went down these stairs, and I took the last 2 steps, because I got long legs, I can take steps 2 or 3 at a time.
And it was steeper than you thought.
No, I don't know. And I landed at the bottom of the steps. I jumped down like 2 stairs, and I felt my entire inner organs shift around. It was like a shock wave. Like everything in it. I was like, whoa, that felt really weird. And then I just kind of was like, this feels strange. I don't know, because we were going out for dinner. And then when we got to the restaurant, I'm like, I feel really, really sick. I feel awful. I just had this terrible, just feeling sick and bad for the next few nights. I couldn't sleep or anything like that. And I realized that basically everything in my chest was just fucked up. Right? Which is to say that my lungs, so I feel like breathing feels a little weird. My heart rate was kind of weird and my heart was feeling strange altogether. And my even swallowing felt weird. So my throat, my throat pipe down my chest area. And and I was just really fucked up for several weeks. And I had multiple doctor's visits because at first I didn't know what it was. We couldn't really figure it out. I had multiple heart scans, because this is the thing, when you go to the doctor and you're like, oh, I have all these symptoms and my heart is doing weird shit, they're like, well, now we got to test you for all this heart stuff. And it's like, oh great, do you have a congenital heart condition or rather hereditary heart conditions? And the answer is yes, actually I do. My dad has a murmur and I could have one too. And it's like, well, we've got to test for all of this stuff, But
it's not the issue.
No, well, I didn't think it was, and it isn't. So what happened is, I think, basically, I just injured my inner organs, and they all got knocked around, and they all became inflamed.
Oh.
My lungs, my heart, and everything. And one of the biggest things is that, oh shit, because of my lungs in particular, I couldn't talk for very long before running out of breath. And I was like, well, I can't record same if I don't have a voice, really.
Right.
And I spent a lot of time in bed just recovering, and it's a terrible feeling having your chest and your heart and everything just feel awful and weird. Just everything felt weird. It was awful. I feel better now. I've still got some symptoms, the inflammation is pretty well gone away, because we found out that Nurofen helps a lot. But that's basically it. I wish the story was better. I wish I could say something like, "Oh man, I jumped in front of a car to save an infant," like Frank's story. I'm sure he's about to tell, because he's goddamn.
Well, I'm just glad you didn't turn to dust.
Like I'm gonna turn to these guys.
I always say this to people whenever anything even remotely small or annoying happens. It's like, oh, the human body is really cool.
Oh god, I hate it, man. It's just I think
the fact that you can just jump wrong and your entire torso gets jumbled up like a Tetris block.
My biggest injuries in the last 6 years have all come from the most minor shit. I jumped a waist-high fence once, a couple years ago, and my leg took 6 months to recover from that. My thigh. All I did was just kind of get over it, and again, I just landed weird, and oops, looks like my thigh has got this weird thing where I can't walk for too long without it getting into excruciating pain. Haha, whoops, I guess you just gotta deal with that. And it's just fucking...
Yeah, that's the one injury I've had, is trying to return a serve in volleyball in high school. Landed incorrectly on one singular jump, and an entire ligament in my knee explodes.
I remember that. That was an iconic Frank bit, that. Everyone remembers that. Although I did break my finger, my baby finger once in high school volleyball, and I think it never recovered because I never went to the doctor for it.
And when you say your heart and other organs felt weird, how can you tell that?
I mean, I don't really know how to describe it better than shit just felt wrong, man. It felt like my heart rate was increasing. at random intervals and just feeling, or like at least that's what it felt like. And you know, I just felt like pain in my chest at all times. I couldn't even wear a seatbelt correctly for quite a while, for like 2 or 3 weeks. So I'd have to have someone drive me while I kind of held the seatbelt out. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just getting old. I'm not as youthful and spry and springy as I once was, and it's fucked up because like I feel like I'm still capable of doing, you know, insane tricks like going down the stairs. But apparently I'm not anymore. Again, I'm 29, so I guess it's catching up with me. Although apparently I don't look 29, because recently my father wanted me to go get some beer for him. I know how that sounds kind of weird. I went to, because I don't drink, for those of you who don't know, I don't normally go myself. And I went up and they asked me for my ID, and I felt so fucking flattered. It was the nicest thing anyone had to ask me all day, or all week really, all month. Apparently still a spry young lad in the eyes of some. Why am I doing this? I don't want to go into the cage.
Visually, but
yeah, but not physically. No, I'm constantly like getting like tiny little like things all over my body that I'm like, is this evil? Is this bad? Is this bad? Is this bad? And then just like not knowing. So for a couple of weeks there, or basically like a month, I just was like, I wouldn't say completely out of commission, but like when it comes to doing same, just really wasn't much of a possibility for me, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I don't really blame you.
I shouldn't have done such a risky stunt, such as going downstairs.
No, you should have been here, like, gasping and trying not to explode while we argue about Wicked. Okay?
Yeah.
You should have been here.
I'm trying to think if all of my physical health issues have come from getting COVID.
Well, that's the other thing. I think
I get out of breath pretty easily, but I'm also like, fuck you, buddy. I'll keep going until I'm like, I'll just do what I have to do. But if I'm doing it in my own time, then I'll be like, I gotta stop. I'm worn out.
It's always the constant thing. You'll get something like, you know, wrong with you, and you're like, with my breathing in particular, right? Like my lungs have been feeling kind of weird recently. I'm like, oh, is it? Let me guess. So let's see. Is it because of long COVID? Is it because of my chest injury? Or is it because I'm sick? Or all three? I don't know. Do I go to the doctor? Who can say? You know, it's fun being an adult, honestly, guys. You should try it. Actually, don't ever try it. It's shit. And that's the thing. I feel so like,
those things only happen.
I feel tricked. Everyone's like, oh, you know, becoming an adult sucks. You got to pay taxes and have a job. And honestly, like, I was so prepared for that shit. I was not prepared for all the medical issues. When you're an adult, you're just constantly like, oh, okay, is this the end? is this pain I'm having on the side of my body? Is this just it? Am I done? Am I cooked? It's just the constant thing. You go, well, that's a lump that wasn't there yesterday. Do I go to the doctor again? Or do I just fucking deal with it and hope it goes away? My doctor told me something to try and help me with my anxiety, which was like, listen, you know, if it's bothering you for like a while and it's not going away, you go to the doctor. But otherwise, there's a lot of stuff that just with the human body that just shit just pops up and then it goes away. You're like, oh, okay. Like, I've had a couple of weird things like that recently, and it's just like, oh, okay, well, I guess that's just gone now. Whatever. I don't know what that was, but can you mind your own business, please? That's the worst part about being an adult for me, honestly, is the medical issues. Because now I'm at an age where it's no longer like, well, you're young, so like that can't be a thing. And now it's like, actually, no, now you're of the age that like it might be a thing. Oh well, go get a test, I guess. But I try my best, like you say, to just go on with it. Like, I think, well, is it preventing me from like working and living my day-to-day life? 9 times out of 10, no. Like, I can still do shit, you know, so I can still go to work, I can still make my comic or whatever. I just need to make it to the end of the first issue. That's all I want. Don't! Bastard!
Get back down.
No!
When you're frozen jelly on a plate. Smashes.
Me when I'm frozen jelly on a plate.
Yeah.
Me when I make a jelly salad mold out of gelatin and hot dogs.
You do that a lot, Frank.
Yeah, it's a classic vintage American recipes, buddy. Have you guys seen that vintage food recipe?
No.
What? That's a real thing? You didn't just make that up for shock value?
You thought I was doing a bit. No, that's... vintage recipes are an affront to God.
Now, hold on a second. Jelly. Americans call jam jelly as well.
No. Jello.
Yeah,
Gelatin.
Gelatin.
Gelatin. You fuckers can enjoy this. And if Stephanie wants to put it up and kill our viewers...
Stephanie, kill the viewers.
Oh, okay.
Ew.
It's just a bunch of hot dogs, gelatin, and vegetables put into a bunt cake mold.
Wait, is there sausages in the outside?
Can you explain to me why Americans...
Yeah, those aren't sausage, those are hot dogs.
Can you
very processed, like shitty sausages.
Can you explain to me why Americans feel like so hoity-toity about making fun of British cuisine, and then they make shit like this?
Look, the thing about that is we stopped doing this. These are vintage for a reason. British people continue to eat their grey gruel and call it the best thing ever.
Grey gruel do kind of hit different when you're hungry, though. All right. Well, anyway, next time on gruel.